Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, first of all, allow me to thank the organizers of the International Women's Summit, Economy and Business, for the invitation to take part in its work, even if it is online, and to render the best regards from Russia for its participants. I live and work in a wonderful city of St. Petersburg. I am the president of the St. Petersburg branch of the Russian Union of Women and the rector of the St. Petersburg Social and Economic Institute. My colleagues and I founded it 30 years ago in order to train women to be managers and entrepreneurs. We always paid special attention to the development of their leaders' abilities, and my presentation is based on our research, my personal experience, and the experience of my colleagues. Over 400,000 students were trained at our institute during these 30 years. They all expanded their knowledge and opportunities under new economic and political realities. I know there are issues that concern business people, men and women, not only in Russia, but all over the world. Is it true that leadership can be either male or female? What makes it different from similar notions, management and governance? What prevents women from carrying out complex projects and from leading other people? I will try to answer these rather difficult questions. As I see it, there are three main components in leadership: cognitive, emotional, clarifying. Do I want to be a leader? Act as a leader. Another component is related to behavior. If we consider leadership from this point of view, we will not find any serious differences between male and female leadership, but real life shows that women sometimes lack confidence needed to influence others and to make responsible decisions. So, for me, the difference between male leadership and female is in the possibility of having an influence. It happened so that over a long period of time, women were deprived of that privilege. Most of the leading positions belonged to men. It happened extremely rarely that women were appointed to the responsible positions in companies, corporations, and in public structures. Moreover, women avoided those and customarily preferred to stay in shade. Leadership to which we are used was mostly male, and this way of thinking was rather persistent. But the world is changing faster than we could ever imagine. New challenges emerge: pandemics, hybrid wars. We witness the changing balance of political, economic, religious, and ethnic powers. In many countries of the world, as well as in Russia, women become more active and influence the processes in politics, economy, social life, and business. Every year, we organize International Women's Conference. East and West meet in St. Petersburg, where we discuss the implementation of the equal rights and opportunities policy in different countries. This autumn, on October 27-28, we will have the 28th conference. I hope representatives of East and West, North and South, open for cooperation and to new ideas, will meet again on the banks of the Neva. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome to take part in the conference. Today, as never before, we need this dialogue. We can see that the world is extremely fragile. A careless phrase might ruin its harmony. And we understand that in politics, economy, and business, it is most important to listen to each other, to hear and to understand each other. That way, even the most challenging problems can be resolved in a much more productive way. I am sure that the role of women in the tackling of practically any problem in different countries will grow. My colleagues, women leaders, are more pragmatic and more creative when dealing with certain issues. They enjoy greater credibility. Their moves are carefully thought out and balanced. Quite recently, no one could imagine, at least in our country, that so many women would come into business and different management structures. Statistics shows that all over the world, women are more successful in getting education. Their education is of better quality than that of men. Qualified employees in companies are mostly women. 57% of university graduates are women. By 2025, this share will increase in the world. In Russia, 63 out of 100 of qualified professionals are women. And social entrepreneurship is also being developed by women. In this sphere, they are in absolute majority. And who decides what and where to buy? Everything needed for production and for family life. Women do that. In economy, the weak gender controls 80% of consumer expenses. Women classify trends and form the final demand, manage expenses of their families, of senior family members and children. With all that, women are less active in economy than men. We lack confidence in decision-making. This is something we need to master. How can we do it? In different countries, there are different systems, different experience and role models. We should promote them. At such fora as economy and business, which I am happy to be a part of, as the St. Petersburg Conference, East and West meet in St. Petersburg, give a chance to exchange experience and to meet global leaders. Tarja Halonen, Michelle Bachelet, Valentina Matviyenko, Rosa Otembaeva took part in the St. Petersburg Forum. These brilliant leaders can teach us a lot, and this example is outside the gender issue. It is equally useful for men and for women. When do we accept a person as a leader? Not necessarily when he or she is at the top of power. Rather, when they can see a problem, are capable of solving it, and find new approaches in this multipolar world. More and more people understand this, and more often we say that it is most important to develop horizontal contacts and networks. Let me say that I am still sure that the larger is the number of women involved in decision-making at different levels, the more harmonious and more socially oriented will be the world. And people will be more tolerant to each other. But first of all, women need to believe that the role of a leader rather helps them to be successful mothers and wives. Success and career will help them to become materially sustainable, and this will make them more independent and confident.